What's up? I'm Pete.
And I'm Andy.
We're from Fall Out Boy, and you're watching Rock Sound.
Rock Sound.
Hey, it's James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound in a very, very swanky East London hotel, joined now by one half of Fall Out Boy, Pete and Andy. How are you guys?
Great.
The swanky half.
It's very, very... the swanky half for the swanky hotel. Welcome back to the UK, first of all. Tour's been going well, I see. How are the new songs going down in particular? Enjoying playing those?
Yeah. I mean, those playing the new ones...
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Playing the new ones is fun because... you don't have any idea how the reaction's going to be. Especially church yesterday was a little wild.
Oh, really?
I think the reaction to church has been great.
Oh, the reaction to church was great. But I think that whenever we play, because we played it for the first time, and whenever you play something for the first time, there's a little bit of well, here we go.
Yeah.
Any
here we go.
hairy moments? How does this bit go? No.
I totally freaked out before, how does this start? How does this go?
Yeah.
Hey, got there in the end. Worked out very well. And we should say as well, Pete, I mean, this is an interesting moment that's been happening in the last couple of shows. You popped up with a Tesco hat on stage the other day. We found out all the backstory there, but what was it about the Tesco hat in particular that was appealing to you that made you want, I want that blue supermarket look?
I don't know. Where I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago, there's this store called Jewel Osco that's just really specific, and the logo is super specific, and you're kind of like a Wilmedian if you knew that logo or whatever. And I was like, yeah, Tesco means nothing to us in America. It just doesn't have a real, it doesn't have a real meaning. But at the same time, we used to park our bus under this Tesco all the time. When we were coming over here, and I was just like, I don't know, it would be cool to have a Tesco hat. And then this kid got it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. I was going to say, Andy, were you not feeling left out? Are there any supermarket-related apparel that you want to try and get a hold of while you're in the country? I'm sure we can make it happen.
I'm okay.
Okay, you're okay for now.
That was you guys with the...
You
get done at 6, you got a show at 7.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was us.
Great.
That was some good meme work on the social media. Shout out to the social media editor. We should say, I want to talk, obviously, the music. The EP came out recently, since the last time we saw you in the UK, of the demos. I was wondering why those particular ones, why were they the ones you picked out to put down?
Honestly, there's a lot of demos that probably just aren't good enough. I think we also wanted to put out some that showed kind of the diversity of the stuff we were working on. They were the most least finished kind of. You know what I mean? Okay. So it was these are just sketches, And we said that with the intent they won't ever be turned into full songs. But of course, I think people still kind of want you to. But you're theyey're just sketches. I don't know.
Yeah. It's nice to have them out there for
sure.
Yeah,
totally. Absolutely. And it's I think it's cool for people to see the process, and also we did push our record back, and I do want to I understand that people were patient, So,
yeah, it's a nice street. How many more sketches then are kind of out there, and do you think we'll ever get them to see the light of day in some shape or form?
There are more. Some of them are literally if you were had a squiggle or something, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know. People, I think sometimes will ask us whether we'll ever by the time we move on to the next era, it's you go back, and then we've tried to go back a couple times and rework them, and it just doesn't really work. Right. So I don't know.
It's kind of a time and a place.
Sure.
I think the thing about B-sides or sketches or demos are they're this mystical, magical thing that you don't fully hear, so fans or whatever think that it's potentially the best thing you've ever heard. But then if you were to hear it, you'd be I get why.
Yeah, you're well, if this was actually on the album, you'd skip it. But
which was a thing with...
By virtue of it not being...
There's a Radiohead song that was on the Meeting People Is Easy documentary.
Yeah.
Where they're in the studio with Nigel Godrich. And you hear the different parts that they're playing. It's Big Ideas or Big Boots or Manowar.
Oh yes.
And they released it when they re-released OK Computer.
Yeah.
And I've been waiting my entire life for this song. I really have. I ripped that song from the Meeting People is Easy documentary to listen to. And then I get the song, and it's a great song, but I was like, I can see why they didn't put it on.
The right decision. Tom York, if you're watching, it's okay. It was the right decision to leave that one off the album. Music videos as well. Are there any more music videos kind of planned for Tracks Off Mania? Any ideas brewing?
We have one visual that we're having made that I don't know if it's like technically a music video, but I'm super excited about. And then it'd be nice to do one more video. I don't know, like, I feel like maybe Stay Frosty or something. We should do one more video.
That'd be cool. It'd be good to see. Maybe involving the llamas as well. You never know. It would be good. Bring them back. I did want to ask a couple of questions about the album as well. So there was the wedding vows in the credits that you kind of thanked. I think it's DJ Rose and the Rose family, right?
Yes.
How did that kind of come about?
DJ is a person that I grew up with, kind of, that I've known for years. He lives in Syracuse, New York, and I'm like just really tight with his family and tight with like there's a big community up there, or we all are. And he always sends me these like epic texts, you know, like he's like the kind of guy that sends you like, just so you know, I love you and I'm thinking of you, and you kind of like always get it when you like need it or something. It's like just like a really weird, and like he's just like a really like sweet guy like that. And he'd sent me one that had some of those words, and I just thought they were like, I was like, this is really great. He was like, you should use them. So,
yeah. That's really sweet.
I have an aside to that. I get my own epic text from DJ like a couple times a year, and it'll be like new Star Wars toys that are coming out that I don't know about. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes he'll send me pictures of like this like weird like melted head Star Wars. I'm like, what am I getting this for? I think we got one on Instagram from the other day.
We did.
Right.
But it's like a target. He just knows
He just
what
gets
you want.
you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very sweet. It's very nice to see. And the other thing I did want to ask a little detail since the album came out, the tracklist debacle on iTunes. What happened there? There was obviously the audio you guys put out, and then it's been changed now, we should say, on streaming services. Just honest mistake, or what kind of happened?
Yeah. So when you create an album in a pre-order or whatever, the album ingests into and this is the word that everyone uses, ingests into the system, and then it takes like basically 2 weeks to change or whatever. Like so we were like, we don't know what the order is, and somehow it ended up in the order, like they were like, it's just like 1, 2, 3, like the order we were putting the songs out. And then if we had changed it, it would have, I guess, canceled all the pre-orders. It's just definitely like a system that needs to be fixed slightly, just because like I'm like, well, we don't, like, we have some songs done, we don't have them all done, we don't know what the order of it is. Sure. And like it doesn't seem like it should take 2 weeks to change. So you know,
very true.
Yeah,
me and Andy are starting
to be like bleep bloop blop.
We're starting a streaming service right now.
Yep.
Kicking it off right here with a ripped Radiohead song.
I do want to make sure I highlight the fact that I love the song.
I think that was very clear. Don't worry.
It just didn't fit on OK Computer, and I get why it wasn't on.
He's still going to be your friend. It's okay.
Can you imagine if Radiohead was suddenly offended? We're starting a beef here. The most unnecessary tame beef. It's great. I want to talk about live stuff, obviously. First of all, congrats on this massive hometown show coming up, the Chicago stuff.
Thank you.
That sounds so awesome. Any kind of special plans you want to hint at for that show in particular?
Well, we're going to do like a whole weekend around it. You know, so we're going to do like a pop-up of we used to own this bar, Angels and Kings, and or some of us did, and we're going to do a pop-up version of that, and we just got like a bunch of things. We're doing this thing that has been a bit of a nightmare to get done, but it's called the MANIA Experience, and hopefully we're going to have it done in time for that weekend. So there's going to be like a lot of stuff around it. And then, I mean, I don't know. We've never played a stadium that we've headlined. We've never really played in Wrigley Field. Like, we've been there to do stuff. So, like, it's pretty cool. Like, my dad's like...
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. For hometown boys, it's got to be an amazing...
For me... I will be wearing a Milwaukee Brewers
Bullshit. I got the picture
jersey.
of it right here. I got the picture. It's so
I did.
funny.
I made a mistake.
No. It's so funny because King Ralph was on in my TV today, and there was a picture of you.
Show that.
That's kind of good.
Get that straight in the camera.
You can still be a Packers fan, but I do want to focus target this. If we can blast this out to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 100%. Specifically. I am a Brewers fan. I'm not a huge baseball fan, though, so I don't really care. I would never wear a Bears jersey, ever. But most other sports don't compare. So.
I love how this interview is just descended into Andy preemptively apologizing to people who are not offended.
I've seen 5 responses on Instagram saying, how dare you wear a Cubs jersey?
Hey, brother, when we play that football stadium in Green Bay, I'll put the jersey on.
Thank you.
Oh, bless. Look at that. Sharing is caring. I've got to ask about Reading as well, obviously. Second time headlining. This is very, very exciting. So, what have we got planned there? What's going to be building up?
Well, last time we played, we nearly burned the whole thing down. So I think they were like, don't do that.
Safety first. Safety first, kids.
It's cool. I mean, like, this is our first time, like, really headlining, too, like, where we get to play, and we're, like, the last band playing, and so it's really exciting. It's one of those things where, like, it's hard. You don't often, as, like, when you're doing something creative, like, see incremental steps. Like, a lot of times it's, like, 0 to 100, and you're just like, oh, now we're at 100, and I don't really know how it went in between. But, like, with Reading, it's been like, okay, now you're at this slot, and then you're at this slot, and like now you're out of the daytime, now you're on the, like, and so it's one of those ones that we really have felt how it's changed and built. We don't have it completely planned out, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been some special stuff planned.
We'll have this guy in a Cubs jersey.
We've clawed our way to the top.
Just the Cubs jersey one more time for Reading.
A reference to the people of Reading and Leeds will really appreciate. It's going to be fantastic.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what is going on? Other live question I have to have as well. It's the final Warped Tour now. You guys obviously completely smashed it back in the day. Is there any chance you might pop up at some point during the final run, even if it's just to go check out some of your friends who are playing there as well?
Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know what the dates are of it and whether we're actually in town. And I have like 100 kids now, so like I will be
you're busy guys.
doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, we definitely have like fond memories of playing it. So yeah.
I did want to ask as well, just before you guys go, your good friend Mr. Brendan Urie's obviously back. New music, so good. You're not going to give away anything on the album. I wouldn't expect you to, but in one word, your initial thoughts and feelings, please.
I think that it's like Death of a Bachelor on steroids. It's like I think from doing Broadway and stuff, he's like figured out who he was and amplified it. The songs are like bonkers. I think he did some stuff with Dylan Francis, and it's like bonkers.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Cannot wait to hear it. And there was an extra detail. I don't know if you saw it the other day. Brendan said in an interview about his music videos lined up. Apparently he's got one in mind involving yourself.
In roller skates?
In roller skates.
Yeah.
So you've had the conversation then?
I mean, we've shot it already. No, I'm just kidding. But I would, I'd do any video Brendan wanted.
Even
honestly.
In roller skates?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. Final question, boys. I mean, it may sound too early, but I know what you guys are like. You've always got a million projects going on. Have you thought about what's next for Fall Out Boy? Have you thought about new music, new albums, that kind of thing?
It's so wild. I don't think like I'm even supposed to say it, but we're like technically an unsigned band right now.
Really?
We're like not in a record contract. So I feel like we can do like anything. Like we could like, I don't know, do a movie or go record a record in, we could just go to Nigeria and record with Burna Boy. Like I just feel like more free than we've felt in a long time. So don't expect it to be just an album when it happens.
Wow. Well, that's very exciting news to hear. Any other thoughts on that, Andy? Any plans you'd like to see happen moving forward?
Well, I'm declaring right now I've signed Fall Out Boy for $50. I will be making 100% royalties.
It seemed like a good deal at the time.
I'll feed you guys.
Seemed like a good deal at the time.
Beautiful stuff. Boys, it's so great to see you. Can't wait for the show in London tomorrow night. Hopefully see you guys again soon. Pete and Andy. There we go.